Moscow, Russia, December 23. ANI Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday said Russia was aiming for a speedy end to the conflict in Ukraine and that fighting should end as soon as possible, reported the Sydney Morning Herald SMH. Our goal is to end this conflict. We are striving for this and will continue to strive, so we will seek to make sure that it all ends, and the sooner, the better, Putin told reporters. Putin's comments were met with skepticism by Ukraine and its allies. White House spokesman John Kirby said Putin had shown absolutely zero indication that he's willing to negotiate an end to the war that began with Russia's invasion of Ukraine on February 24, reported SMH. Quite the contrary, Kirby told reporters during an online briefing, adding, "Everything Putin is doing on the ground and in the air bespeaks a man who wants to continue to visit violence upon the Ukrainian people and escalate the war." Meanwhile, the Russian president said a speedy end to the conflict in Ukraine would inevitably involve a diplomatic solution. Russia has persistently said it is open to negotiations. Still, Ukraine and its allies suspect it as Moscow's ploy to buy time after a series of Russian defeats and retreats, reported SMH. "I have said many times, the intensification of hostilities leads to unjustified losses," Putin told reporters. "All armed conflicts end one way or another with some negotiations on the diplomatic track," he said, adding, "Sooner or later, any parties in a state of conflict sit down and make an agreement. The sooner this realization comes to those who oppose us, the better. We have never given up on this." Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky returned to Ukraine buoyed by the support shown by President Joe Biden on his trip to Washington, his first foreign journey since Russia invaded its neighbor. Notably, U.S. Congress moved closer on Thursday to approve an additional $44.9 billion United States dollars in the emergency military and economic assistance, part of a wider U.S. government spending bill. That is on top of some $50 billion United States dollars already sent to Ukraine this year, reported SMH. The Biden administration announced another $1.85 billion United States dollars in military aid for Ukraine, including the Patriot system. Zelensky told the Congress that U.S. aid to his country was an investment in democracy and Patriot system was an important step in creating an air shield. However, Putin played down the significance of the Patriot air defense system. He said it was quite old and did not work like Russia's S-300 system. "An antidote will always be found," he said, boasting Russia would crack the Patriots. "So those who do it are doing it in vain. It's just prolonging the conflict, that's all," he said. ANI